Hello, and welcome to the first main pilot test. Fuck, I had it all right in my head when we started.
And cut.
And keep that. Anyways.
Take 2.
Welcome to the flagship show, This Is Podcast. This is Paul.
This is Maddie.
How are we all doing today?
I'm doing pretty good, man.
Yeah, feeling pretty good. Glad we're fucking back to recording.
Yeah, it sucks that the first one was deleted or whatever, but
We had technical difficulties with the computer and some operating systems, so...
man, switching from Windows 7 to Windows 10 after they already shut down all support for Windows 7.
Oh, it became a serious process.
It's pretty weird.
Yeah, because without being able to update to the latest version of Windows 7, it won't allow you to update any further to Windows 10 or anything like that. So you have to change operating systems, which I went with Chrome OS. Then found out that that version of Chrome OS Flex doesn't allow you to load ISO files, exe files, or anything associated with Windows. So
Yeah, he ran into all the same limitations of like a Chromebook.
Which, in Chromebook's defense, if you're looking for something to stream or like just surf the web, emails, messaging, and to integrate with your phone, I would honestly suggest a Chromebook or using something like Chrome Flex on an older computer because it is super fast, like for entertainment and stuff like that. But as far as like running software like Windows does, where you can install it to the actual hard drive and all that, and actually a lot of software options.
It's not up to it. It's not up to par.
Yeah, super limited. And I hope maybe they get there one day.
So in order to switch, he had to, in order to get rid of Chrome, he had to install Linux because Chrome can't install Windows. So he had to install Linux, and he had to use Linux to install Windows, and then Windows wiped the other two operating systems, and now he's good. He has Windows 10.
Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. Success.
Yeah, it was brutal though.
Yeah, it took a minute, but now we are back recording. Better than ever.
Yeah, hopefully we sound pretty good.
Yeah, I would hope so.
But so what's been up in your world?
Not much, just working a whole lot, waiting on some stuff to come in for podcasting, and really just trying to figure things out. We got a lot of the things pretty set up. Got things ordered that will be coming, and some more ideas in the works. How have you been? What have you been up to?
Nothing really, just working, watching TV, smoking weed, doing the same normal stuff. But so the Utah Jazz found their new head coach. I guess we never talked about that. They actually did that before they traded Rudy.
Yeah, we recorded before we knew that he was the head coach last time, so
Yeah.
never had a chance to talk about that.
Well, his name's Will Hardy. He's younger than I am, which is fucking weird.
Where does he come from? Like, what did he do before this?
He was an assistant with the Celtics, and then before that, he was an assistant with the Spurs, and then before that,
Is this a Danny Ainge thing? Because this
Yeah.
guy's coming from the Celtics.
Oh yeah, and he learned how to coach from Greg Popovich. And when he was hanging out at like Williams College, he was friends with some, I don't remember who it is, but some old dude that's like really influential in the world of college basketball. Like to the point that like now that dude's dead, and so Will Hardy still goes and hangs out with his widow every once in a while because he's like an adopted mom for her.
Oh shit, that's crazy.
Yeah. So I don't know. Everybody's like, oh, he's a natural born leader. He's great. He's amazing. He's gonna be the best coach ever. But I've never heard of him.
Oh, I mean, who knows? Maybe he will. Maybe he'll come in and just be everything that we need in a coach. I'm having a hard time accepting that Rudy's gone.
Yeah, it'll be weird seeing him in a Timberwolves jersey.
What do you think when he comes back? Do you think boos, or do you think everybody in Utah wishes him well?
I think everybody in Utah loves Rudy and wishes him well.
Yeah, I hope he goes on to win a championship. Boom, I said it.
Yeah. So maybe just not with the Timberwolves. Maybe later in his career when he switches to an Eastern Conference team.
Yeah. Have we heard anything more about Donovan being traded or anything like that? Is there anything else?
So I am 100% convinced that they're not going to trade Donovan.
All right. Well, I mean,
They were moving Rudy to basically say like, you're staying, you're our guy, you're the one that we're going to build the team around.
yeah. I mean, hopefully they do just build a team around Donovan. I would not want to see a full rebuild.
And he wouldn't want to stick around for a full rebuild either. He'd want to get moved.
Yeah.
Who would?
Like, I mean, that would be really hard to already have been like you're the guy they went to from a rebuild, and now you're just going to be that guy again going through a rebuild. No, I don't. I mean, if Rudy wanted to leave, I couldn't blame him.
Yeah. So now everybody's just waiting to see where Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving end up.
Oh man,
Rumor is Kyrie wants to go to LA again and play with LeBron.
what? So they're just going to keep adding people. They were like, I guess we're just going to have the entire talent of the NBA on the fucking Lakers until we win another ring.
They would have to get rid of
Westbrook.
well, I mean, ideally, yeah.
Where's he
They'd
going to
have
go? Where's he going to go? Nobody wants him.
They'd have to get rid of somebody. I know. Russ.
I mean, what about Carmelo? Get rid of Carmelo.
Yeah, I just don't think he makes enough to really make a difference. To let them absorb Kyrie's
That and
contract.
He's one of the few that stayed healthy last season.
He might be gone anyway.
Yeah, he might just retire, right?
He's old, man. And he's not in the same kind of shape as old LeBron.
Well, I don't think Carmelo ever been really in LeBron shape, but
No, exactly. That's the problem.
I can't say nothing. Carmelo Anthony is one of my favorite players from this gen of basketball.
Yeah, it's just weird that the Lakers, they basically had one good season. Like, so everybody was talking with the Jazz, and Rudy Gobert's comments in his interview when they asked him, why did the Jazz trade you? And he said something about, like, sometimes the window closes faster than you realize. And I was like, I love the Jazz. I'm wearing a Utah Jazz t-shirt right now.
That's why Carl left.
I was wearing a Utah Jazz t-shirt the last time we did this.
If he's talking about what I think he's talking about, it's the same reason Karl Malone left.
Yeah, so the window to win a championship, right?
It's the only window that matters.
What fucking window? What is he talking about? They went to the second round of the playoffs one time.
Huh?
What window?
You didn't have a window, buddy. It was already.
There were never,
It
and
was
I
closed. Sorry, no.
as a fan, loved them, and I never ever once was like, I think they could legitimately win a title.
No, I never. I don't know. That first year that they went to the Western Conference semifinals, there was a moment where you were like, maybe they could do it.
Well, yeah, if that Mike Conley shot went in, they would have gone to the Western Conference Finals. But that was the COVID season that got played in the bubble in Orlando.
Yeah, and if there was a season that they were gonna do it, it's probably gonna be that one.
Yeah.
So
And what's ironic also is that's also the season that LA won their title. And since then, they haven't been.
which just proves that they probably weren't that good that year either. It's just that we
So
didn't have a
so
full
if we're
season.
if we're gonna shrug off the Jazz and be like, the only year they were really any good was the bubble season.
Then we kind of got to shrug off the Lakers too and be like,
Because the only year they were any good and won a championship was the bubble season. They didn't even make the playoffs this year.
yeah, that's right. I mean, with all that talent, you should be making the fucking playoffs for
Even with
sure.
Even with the play-in tournament, where like the 10th place team gets in now, possibly they still couldn't get it done. So I don't know. I would be really disappointed if I was a Lakers fan.
Yeah.
Speaking of disappointment,
Oh, I've heard. I guess my daughters were saying that some of Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness was kind of disappointing. Good, but just a bit of the movie was disappointing. But they're still looking forward to Thor.
well, I think a lot of people want to know like why is Wanda all of a sudden randomly a bad guy?
Oh, and if she actually died, you're gonna build her up like that to make her like either the ultimate cool bad guy, that just does shit because she can fucking can. Or you're building her up to have a cool story arc. And if she really just died and you just kill her off like that, I'm out.
Was she possessed by? I mean, I know he's not named Shuma Garath, but
I don't know.
what-
I haven't seen the movie and I don't really want to speculate just in case. No. But.
Because I've seen the clip where she spaghettifies John Krasinski.
Ooh,
and she
spoilers.
blows up. But whatever. It's all over YouTube. We can cut this too, but I've seen parts of it, and
Yeah, no. From my understanding, is it's kind of like a two-way thing, because there's that scene that I've seen where she talks to Strange and she tells him like, "Look, if you do it, you become the hero. If I do it, I become the bad guy." So I think there's like gonna be like this weird thing where like she's actually doing it to kind of save maybe one universe, but in another universe, it looks like she's like just destroying shit.
weird. It just
I don't know.
seems like a
We-
weird turn.
Maybe that'll be one of our reviews for the next show. I don't know.
Yeah.
And that'll be on the same This Is Network, but it'll be like This Is Movie review. So look for that coming after this. Not that movie. We've already decided on other movies. Wow. I should probably say that in order better.
Cut.
And edit.
Thor: Love and Thunder
Oh, man.
is getting mixed. Like some people I've heard are like, it's amazing, I love it, and other people I've heard are like, I don't know, it's kind of a big it tries too hard.
I'm just going to say right now, just from the trailer, I am all in. All in for Thor and Love and Thunder. Like, I don't care. Like, I'll go just to see Chris Hemsworth. I'll just go for that. I don't care. Like,
Kristaps Hemsingis.
I'm a fanboy. He's my boy. Ooh. Can Chris Hemsworth be a boy in our world? Like, so since we're not really like the wrestling. No, Kitty. Go on. You can't be rubbing up against the table here. Edit. But in our world, since we're not like wrestling, I mean, I'm a wrestling fan. You're not you obviously know some of the wrestling history and some of the
I
people.
enjoy wrestling, but I wouldn't call myself a fan.
Right. So, but in our world, could Chris Hemsworth be part of like my boy stable? He'd like be my lead boy, my head boy.
The Hollywood boy stable.
Yeah.
Because he's like he's never made like a serious movie that's really good. He's tried.
Well, because he's got a brother that kind of looks like him that does that.
Right. But he gets like lumped in with other superstar actors just because of being Thor and being in the MCU, really.
I don't know. I mean, maybe he is a great actor and we just haven't seen it yet. I mean, wow, that sounded like he's like, whew. I did not mean that like that. I love Chris Hemsworth. I meant
like
maybe
that.
more he just hasn't found the right movie to be serious.
I don't know. I don't think so. I mean, it's name one.
Oh, I thought you were going to be like, I meant that insult.
I did. That is how I mean it. Name one really good Chris Hemsworth movie that he's not Thor.
Ooh, I have to look it up real quick.
I mean, he has a tiny little role at the very beginning of Star Trek, where he's Chris Pine's dad before he dies.
He's Chris Pine's dad?
Remember, he's Captain Kirk,
Oh, yeah, okay.
and he dies in the first scene.
That's right.
And his wife's like, "Let's name him after your dad." And he's like, "Oh, Tiberius? That's terrible. Let's name him after your dad. Let's call him Jim." And then he fucking dies, and then
All right, what do we got here?
he's not in the rest of the movie.
What do we got here? Let me see. Chris Hemsworth movies. What about Extraction?
It's on Netflix. It's okay. So the problem is we give Netflix a pat. Like, we will call a terrible show or a terrible movie. We'll be like, yeah, it's so good, just because it's on Netflix.
Ew.
And like, we've lowered the bar so much for some reason because we're like, oh, we don't have to. We can binge watch the whole season.
Oh, it's because they put out a million other things that are even fucking worse. And so you watch all those and you're like, oh my God, this is trash. So then you come across something like Extraction that's somewhat decent and has somebody that you know in it, and you're like, wow, this is fucking awesome.
Yeah. Because, dude, Red Notice, that movie Red Notice with The Rock and, I don't know how to say her last name, Gal Gadot?
Gal Gadot.
Nah, it's not Gadot.
Go fuck yourself.
I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure. We can look that up later, but I might look it up right now.
Does it matter?
No. Gigi.
Wonder
and-
Woman.
Yeah.
Bum, bum, bum.
Ryan Reynolds and The Rock. That movie sucks.
Does it? I have not seen it either.
But it got, for some reason, it was like, oh, yeah, it's really good. And it's because it's on Netflix. And you're right. It's because Netflix, everything on Netflix sucks so bad that when something's bearable,
We
you're
have-
like, oh, this is exceptional.
We have Chris Hemsworth Spiderhead 2022.
Never heard of it.
Me either. Extraction 2. Oh my God, he was in Men in Black International.
They made a sequel to The Extraction. When is it out?
2022.
So maybe it's not out yet then?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not looking it up that much because I'm not that interested. He was in Men in Black though. Gal Gadot. That sounds even stupider than Gal Gadot. Just leave the fucking T off or put it in. Don't partially fucking do it. Like, what the fuck?
She's Israeli. She's a Hebrew chick.
I mean, absolutely gorgeous, but that is retarded. Okay.
Going with the hard R there. Retarded.
We have editing software. I can say what I want. Okay, so, you know what? I feel like some of these other movies does make Hemsworth a boy. He can definitely get in my Hollywood boy stable.
Because he tries. Right. Give me what's the In the Heart of the Ocean, where he's like the fucking sailor captain.
Snow White and the Huntsman. Yeah, The Heart of the Sea. What's that? That's Moby Dick, right?
I don't know. It's like the real life story that Moby Dick was based on. But
Yet again.
Herman Melville never said that
the
Moby
fuck
Dick
outta
was
here.
based on a real story.
Yeah, I thought he just made it up. Like, I would imagine somebody were like, yeah, one day was like, yeah, I fucking saw a giant white whale. I might have crashed a ship, but... And then he might have wrote a story, but, like... Was he out there in a fucking whale that could swallow a boat and shit? Like, I don't know. What else are we looking at here? Wait a minute. Chris Hemsworth was not in 2016's Ghostbusters, was he? No fucking way. And it says he's in Spider-Man 3?
Wait. What?
Yeah. That's
The Sam Raimi one?
what it's saying
On what website? Maybe they're wrong.
on Google,
So it's just like aggregating together a bunch of websites?
I guess.
Maybe
It
they're
could be
wrong.
wrong, yeah.
So it does say here that it is based on a true story that Herman Melville heard about a whale taking out a whaling ship, but
Yeah, see, that's what I was thinking. Like, yeah.
nothing about a white whale, nothing about a guy with a vendetta against it that chased it down.
What if
for
it was
rest
the
of his
metaphor
life.
just like we would fucking use it? Somebody's white whale. And that's what he was saying. Like, that was just his white whale. It just happened to be a literal fucking whale.
Oh yeah.
Had nothing to do with color.
No, that's exactly what it was. It was about a guy chasing revenge against something that's not even a person.
Yeah, that like probably had no fucking idea even he existed or anything. You know what I mean? And this guy was just like, this whale did it to me on purpose.
Right.
Did it on purpose.
Right. It's about Ahab taking it personal when really it's just a whale that's like, oh, this whatever this floaty thing up on the surface is trying to kill me.
Yeah.
Like it probably doesn't know the difference between a person and a boat. It's just like the boat's trying to kill me. I need to kill the boat.
Yeah. I need to kill it back.
Right.
Like, I mean, basic animal logic. Mm-hmm. You try to kill me, I'll kill you back.
It's like a bear hunter taking it personally. If a bear.
Yeah, like you're out there fucking
charges-
bear hunting and then you get killed by a bear, you can't be mad.
Right.
You can't be like, let's get that bear, that son of... No, you were hunting. You got killed. I mean, it's upsetting. You can be upset.
Can Ahab be upset? I don't think he has any right to be upset. He was out there to shove a spear into that thing and fucking kill it.
And it fucked his boat up first. It just
Right.
got the drop on him.
That's all. Self-defense.
Yeah.
Moby Dick was acting in self-defense.
It's not like Ahab was in the harbor and this whale came in and was like, that boat. I'm fucking that boat up. And they hadn't even set sail yet.
It flops up to his front door with a .38 revolver.
Fuck you, Ahab.
Listen,
Boom. Kills his wife, and Ahab's like, we gotta hunt her down. Dude, honestly, I'll tell you right now, I'd watch that. Book it.
Sharknado 17 or whatever they're on now.
Whale hurricane.
It's Whalicane.
The white whalicane.
Tropical storm Orca.
I feel like we need to be careful what we say because this shit will just pop into existence now, and we're just going to make the universe way worse.
Oh, they might have this. Yeah, they might be having this exact same conversation at what is it? Sci-fi.
Universal. Like, we're going out of business. What can we do?
SYFY now.
Oh yeah, sci-fi. Yeah.
Dumbass way to spell sci-fi. So back to Thor. This bad guy Gore, the God Butcher.
Oh, I can't wait.
So what's weird to me is that like this guy is supposed to be, in the comics at least, like he could kill Thanos.
Yeah, apparently. Like he's supposed to be ultra fucking powerful.
And now I'm afraid that what they're gonna do with him is like the same thing that they did with that dark elf guy, or that they did with the first Mandarin. Is he just gonna be like a throwaway villain?
God, I really hope
one,
not,
one
dude.
film,
Like,
he dies at the end of the film. Because then what happens to the Necro Sword?
oh, it'll pass on. Maybe this is the beginning of the Null story arc. And Gore is a throwaway character because we're really going for Null. Which would explain why they introduced the symbiote at the end of the last Spider-Man. And now we do have a black symbiote in our world.
Because it got stuck here.
Yeah,
right?
a little piece of Venom got stuck here from Sony's universe.
So do you think they're going to build up Null as like the next Thanos?
No.
Like he'll be the Phase 2 baddie
No, I don't think he'll be the big baddie.
who's...
I think he'll be the mid like Phase 5 baddie, leading up maybe to the Galactus, maybe?
You think the next big bad is going to be
Or-
a Fantastic Four or an X-Men
Or,
guy?
fuck, who am I thinking of? Who's the time-traveling guy that they're trying to set up in Loki?
Kang the Conqueror.
Yeah, it's either going to, I think it would either be him or Galactus. Because obviously they're setting up Kang, and they've mentioned him. But I feel like they might hide who the big baddie is, and it will be Galactus. Maybe using Kang and Gore and Null to build up to one of them guys, and then we'll see them ending Phase 5. And dude, we could end, if Galactus is the end of Phase 5, we could see an entire change of everything, because Galactus could just end most shit, and we could see an entire swap of rosters, a lot of heroes die, more, and then get an entire restart of movies, which might be good.
I watched Irrelevant War again.
Yeah?
It's like fun to watch, but then also when you're done with it, you basically you just needed to see 20 minutes of that movie.
Right. Just the last 20 minutes?
Well, no, a couple. So like you need to see Thor getting his new axe.
Stormbreaker.
You need to see Thanos killing Gamora
Right.
to get the Soul Stone,
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
and then
So, I mean, there's a few.
you probably need to see them almost get the gauntlet off, and Star-Lord fucks it up, and then you need to see everybody get dusted.
God, dude, yeah. I mean, I really, and I've said it before, I really did not like Infinity War. Because I feel like Infinity War is a fucking trailer for Endgame.
Yeah, like even the part where Wanda breaks the Soul Stone and like basically has to kill Vision, Thanos just undoes it because he has the time stone.
Yeah, like. And why wouldn't have Thor have gone for the head the first fucking time? This guy has wiped out his fucking people, killed his brother, fucking made it so Hulk is just gone, destroyed the fucking Asgardian ship, killed fucking Heimdall. And let me wound your shoulder here, buddy.
Yeah.
What the?
He didn't even cut. He didn't even cut off his gauntlet arm.
You literally, yeah. Why not cut the whole fucking arm off? You know what I'm saying? Like, you literally just went and
If you're
took
trying
the
to
full
wound-
front
if you're
of
trying to take
a.
him out without killing him, just take off the gauntlet arm.
Dude, he just went and took the whole full brunt of a goddamn neutron star or whatever to build this fucking weapon to kill Thanos. And what does he do? Now I'm gonna hit him in the shoulder.
Yeah, couldn't Thor snap? Couldn't he wear the gauntlet?
He tries to when he's fat Thor, but everybody's like, you're too drunk. And,
But he took, like you said, he took the full force of a neutron star.
yeah, I mean, I'm sure he could take some cosmic radiation from the glove real quick.
So yeah, I think honestly he should have just at the elbow, at the shoulder, whatever, gauntlet arm gone, pop, problem solved.
And we don't even need Endgame, and it would have made fucking Infinity more so much better.
It just it shows like I feel like
It's just bad movie.
yeah.
I don't even know if I can finish that any more than it's just bad movie.
It's just bad movie. The bigger the MCU gets, the harder it is for them to tie up all their loose ends.
Well, and I think they were already like just planning on we're gonna do 2 movies out of this. We have a dumb, not a dumb. Jeez, I just keep wanting to go real negative right there.
Well, they just went into it with an agenda.
Yeah, like we're gonna make this movie. We need to figure out a way to fucking bring Captain Marvel back, but we can't have her around for any of the rest of the movie because she's way too fucking powerful and would make this movie make even less sense. So she's got to come in just at the end to do what? Fucking nothing. What does she do? Thanks for blowing up a ship for
Yeah,
us.
she flies through Thanos' ship.
And then he whoops her fucking ass.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. She fucking takes a headbutt from him or fucking she headbutts him. Why, if you're so goddamn powerful?
So yeah, we're back. Took a little
After
break.
the little leakage accident. Can I? Ooh, that sounds bad.
It was a bottle of rubbing alcohol that was being used as like a table weight, like a paperweight. It wasn't anything.
Wasn't like anal leakage or anything.
No, oh God. But so I guess stay on the same topic, but switch it up a little bit. The Boys. I haven't even been watching the series, but I've just kind of heard about what's been happening, and it's fucking wild.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. Like I definitely watched the fight scene between the 3 of them. I guess Billy Butcher, Soldier Boy, and Homelander. And man, if that fight scene does not get you excited, I do not know what will.
Top Gun fucking kicked everybody's ass at the movie theater, huh?
Did it?
It's still going.
Oh man. I watched it. Obviously, I haven't seen it yet. That's something we should also go do. Is catch that movie. I've heard nothing but amazing reviews about it, even from like fighter pilots that have seen it and stuff like that. They say like the filming and the fact that like they were able to shoot it the way they did with them doing all the stunts and Tom actually flying the jets and chasing other jets and having special permission to fly a jet 30 feet off the ground and things like that. I mean, absolutely stunning, apparently.
I'm still skeptical. I feel like it's just going to be like a Happy Meal for your retinas.
Oh, absolutely. I doubt the story is probably anything to really like sink your fucking teeth into.
Like I feel like it's the kind of movie where like it'll just be smash cut to some slow motion scene
Well, it's
of a
not like
sexy chick in tight clothes. Like
well, I mean, it's not like the first fucking Top Gun was anything to be like, oh my god, it's this romantic masterpiece.
Yeah, the first one's kind of overrated.
The first one was like kind of the same thing, just early 90s apparently.
Like,
Like,
it's good.
we get to look at some like actors that we know, Pretty Lady and Jets.
So this is where we
It's
get
a winning
into
formula.
this is where we get into a philosophical thing where I at least believe there is a big difference between something being good and people just enjoying it. So like,
Oh yeah, like I absolutely like. Oh geez, there's quite a few things.
Chicken McNuggets are not good.
Oh dude, no, like we talked about this last time a little bit.
I love them.
Like I drink a half a gallon of milk and like eat an entire box of fucking bakery brownies from Smith's at night right before I go to bed.
Those bakery
I-
brownies really are not that good.
I enjoy that. Is it good to anybody else or
No.
good in general? Fuck no.
Right.
But that's the difference between enjoyment
Right.
and something being good.
Gordon Ramsay's
Like-
good. McDonald's people like.
I mean, it's just like the Marvel movies
People
we were
like McDonald's. Oh yeah, yeah.
talking about.
Right.
And, like Infinity War. There's probably a lot of people that enjoy Infinity War.
It's not good.
Doesn't make it good.
Yeah.
So I mean,
Oh. But I feel like The Boys actually is good because it's meant as just a fucking.
well, I have not really got into the storyline. I've read some of the or listened to some of the comic story and stuff, which I know is different than the movie, or not the movie, but the series. I know that they're parting from the comic to do the movie and all that. So, but I think that the story probably and it seems really interesting.
They're meant to just poke fun at other. I don't want to spoil, but like there will be gimmicks where like there's a team in there called the Seven.
Oh yeah, it's obviously Justice League.
Right. Or like the Avengers almost. There's one one called Payback, right? Avengers
Right.
Payback.
Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah. And they they'll do stupid stuff where like the Seven have a movie of their own in the universe.
That's something. So
And
I
that
mean,
movie when you see like clips of it is just totally a ripoff of the Avengers.
that's why fucking Batman Beginnings was so good, is because they didn't try to do like an overpowered villain. Yeah, I mean it got kind of dumb when Ra's al Ghul was like, I'm going to drive this fucking train into this building, but like the rest of it was really good.
Yeah, like I almost want to take like a Do you know what magical realism is? Like, do you know who Salman Rushdie is?
I've heard of him.
So what he's famous for is the Ayatollah of Iran declared a fatwa on him, like a blood
Right, like a hit.
bounty. Yeah, basically any Muslim that killed him would be rewarded in heaven. But he writes what are called
Jesus.
he writes in what's called magical
I
realism.
mean, I guess not Jesus.
Yeah, Allah.
Oh,
Cut.
cut. And
No, that is what they would say, right?
or like Allah Akbar.
I mean, but instead of Jesus, they would.
Oh
there-
yeah, Allah.
Yeah, it's Allah. So anyway,
That'll all be cut.
one of his. So like what he writes about is in a highly realistic and detailed setting, what happens when something insane happens or invades. So like one of his books, I think these two people on a flight, literally mid-flight, are transformed into living representations of like Hindu gods.
Oh, it would be to have something all of a sudden exist on our plane of existence like that would be mind fucking melting. And who knows what it would actually do to our plane of existence, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah. So like it's just weird because I guess the question is like what would happen? How would the government respond? How would law enforcement respond? How would people really respond? What like a person with super strength, I don't understand how a person with super strength can lift up a car that actually weighs more than they do just because of leverage. Wouldn't they
Right.
have to like crawl under it?
Right.
Or like start by lifting up one end? Because it's like trying to lift up a TV that.
I don't know. Like, I guess if you were just overwhelmingly strong, like, you know what I mean? And I think some of the idea is that we would have a hard time, like, that's what it seems like. Like, you wouldn't be able to pick that up because it's way too fucking long. Like, it doesn't matter how, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But what if you were just that fucking strong? You're like, it doesn't matter the leverage. I'll pick it
Wouldn't
up.
the front end of the car just rip off?
See, now that's what I would write. Not that they couldn't pick it up.
No,
like,
but I
as-
wonder but we have to wonder how can they pick it up though, because we have to explain that. It has to make sense.
Oh, yeah, yeah. But that's what I'm saying. Like, they are strong enough to pick it up. But that doesn't mean that the metal and the joints and the screws are strong enough to hold together under that much fucking tension and all that.
But what I mean is like, so let's say our girl in our comic in Spectrum wants to pick up a car
Okay.
and like throw it at somebody.
Okay.
So like, how does she pick it up? Like, what does she do? Does she have to? I would imagine she has to like
Grab the frame.
get down real low, lift up just it would be like lifting up a mattress.
What
She
if
has to like walk herself under it and then like she
no.
can lift it up like.
I have, like, if she wanted to throw it, not like lift it up, just wanted to throw it, I imagine her like walking up and punching through the car and grabbing the frame, the metal frame of the whole car that like everything's mounted to, everything. And since it would be around her arm and everything at that point, she could almost just kind of start dragging it and get like a turn motion and just and that frame should hold together, that metal frame. And if nothing else, she would rip that entire frame out of the car.
Right, but you get what I'm saying. Like, we just have to account for like leverage and momentum. Like, because if a
Well,
small,
yeah.
if a small thing tries to pick up this big thing, you know what I mean? Like, even an ant, if it goes to pick, it's gonna end up like this. Its back legs are gonna be off the ground. Like,
Right.
I can't. But like, what it could do is she could tilt it, work her way under it.
Yeah.
Eventually have it up over.
Or plant her arm in it and grab the entire frame, something that she knows is going to hold together and be able to lift it with more of like
Yeah, but it
two-handed,
wouldn't
like-
make sense like for the laws of physics for her to just be able to.
Yeah, and I mean, dude, like, I always wondered that too. Like, when Hulk throws a car, he like grabs the tire and throws it. I'm like, wouldn't that just rip the tire off? Like, when he went to huck the car, like, wouldn't it just be like, boom, and rip the car off or rip
Yeah.
the tire off? You know?
Right. Or I've honestly always wondered that about how, even though they're super strong, how does an object with less mass move an object with more mass?
I mean, that's true, but also,
Unless you
seen-
can explain it. Like, if it's like friction, like a truck with tires on the ground.
yeah. So like, I've seen my brother bend down to the bumper of a front end of a car and pick up the front end of the car and slide it over. Like,
Right.
Pick it up off the ground. So,
Exactly.
I mean, we would just, but that was all leverage and everything and how he.
But if he
how
were to try to
picked
like
it up.
wrap his arms around the car and just like lean back and deadlift the whole, it wouldn't work because
I
the
mean-
car's too long and the weight is spread out over too much.
I mean, it would work if you were.
If he weighed more than the car.
Or if you were just simply strong enough to keep pulling the weight. I don't know. Like, because I mean, you can pick up things that are like longer than you if you are strong enough. I mean, that's some of the dead man stuff.
But not
Or
if it's
the dead
longer
man,
than
but
you and
the
it
strong
also
man stuff.
outweighs you by a lot.
Yeah, so I mean, that's where it becomes like,
Like, do
How
they
much-
do they have to grab a tree with one arm?
or how much is raw physical strength and aspect.
Yeah, like does our girl carry around like a chain because she frequently
Can-
has to chain her leg or her arm to something in order to
Can
move
she fucking stomp her feet
in order to move something really heavy?
like 6 inches into the ground and fucking plant them?
Yeah.
And then yank fucking something
Right.
like that because she's just planted into the fucking
But
ground.
you get what I'm saying, right?
yeah,
Like,
yeah. No. And I understand that. We'll come to an agreement on how we want to explain that in our universe.
Like when that battering ram hit Nick Fury's car in The Winter Soldier, first they had to drill the feet into the ground so that it wouldn't
Yeah,
just
yeah,
throw
so it wouldn't-
itself
yeah.
backwards.
Exactly, and like so the car would take the hit.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, it's the same thing like with her just being as strong as a locomotive or whatever, you know. Like she would have to really plant herself and be ready to tank. Like if she was just walking and all of a sudden a locomotive hit her, it would probably flip her ass through the fucking air just like most people.
Right.
But if she was like planted, ready for it, and like all her strength hit that fucking train back, she could probably tank a fucking hit from a locomotive.
Right. No, yeah, so you get what I'm saying. I've just never understood that, like on superhero shows where someone with super strength they just like stand in front of a truck, and the truck just like wraps and they don't move. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? That doesn't make sense unless, like what you're saying, if they like punch 2 holes in the ground and then stick their feet in them, like,
Yeah.
and then they're like, then that makes sense because they have. But otherwise, wouldn't their feet just slide?
Yeah, like I guess with Superman it makes sense because he can use his super speed to kind of offset things.
Yeah,
So he
'cause-
could like lean into it super speed and like take the
And he
hit
can
more.
fly. He can produce leverage
Yeah,
where there is no leverage.
Exactly. So for like Superman, Flash, and stuff, that I guess that does make sense. But like for anybody else, I get exactly what you're saying. Like if like
I've seen it happen in the NFL. A big dude gets hit and his feet he doesn't go down, but you
But
can
his feet
literally
just go
watch
back,
his feet
yeah.
just slide backwards.
yeah, exactly. Like Captain America. Like if he gets hit by a car and he's trying to stop it, he should be sliding backwards.
Yeah,
not
his boots won't have the traction
and he's not. Yeah,
no matter how strong he is.
Yeah, exactly.
He could stay standing. He can
Now-
have his arm
now,
trying
if
to
he
stop
was,
the car,
like, planted up against a curb or something.
at
and
some
caught
point
that
he'll
car.
slow it down enough that he can produce enough traction, and
Yeah,
then
to
the
finally
car
work
will
its way
lose
back.
its traction and its wheels
Yeah.
will start burning out.
Yeah, exactly.
But at first, sheer momentum he's just going to be pushed backwards.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean that'll be mine and Matt's.
So the G-Man, the agent, he can fly.
Yeah. So we'll have to explain
So
that.
he
too.
could produce. So he could use that to make himself seem like way stronger because he'd be able to produce leverage no matter what,
Yeah, in any direction at any time.
any direction at any time.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, and he has a small amount of like not super. I guess we can't call it super speed if it's not like super fast, but he does. I mean, he's obviously going to be quicker than a normal human.
Well, yeah, just because his leg muscles are strong. He's like Captain America. Like he'll
Yeah,
probably
yeah,
be able
yeah.
to run like 40.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, even that, and then being ultra durable and a little bit stronger, dude, he'll be able to produce a hit that neither me or you would be able to take.
Right.
So, but that's Spectrum. That is mine and Matt's idea. There probably, maybe, could be a podcast about that. We'll see what's in the works for that. We'll see. That's just been our baby for a little while behind the scenes. So we'll see how that goes. Anyways.
I want to get out to Wendover and play some poker at some point.
Ooh, I don't really gamble.
It's not gambling if you play poker.
Well, I have horrible luck, so it's just me throwing money away then.
No, because you're just playing against other people who are stupid. You're not playing against the
That-
casino.
That I'll lose money to.
No,
Yeah,
No.
I'm sure of it.
I'll teach you.
I'm fucking horrible at gambling.
When you get your PC, you can start practicing, and I'll teach you. We'll play poker online together for fake money, and I'll show you how easy it is to get good. Like honestly, it just takes a tiny bit of practice, and all of a sudden you're like, oh god, I win a lot now. Like
Yeah, no, I mean, I've played poker, like, all that, and I played cards and all that shit a bunch, like 21, all that, but, like,
but the key component is in all of those, you are competing directly against the casino.
right.
You're not competing against the casino when you play poker.
Yeah. Anyways, I'm not that much of a poker player, and I'm not that, well, just mainly not a gambler. Mainly because I don't ever have money to gamble.
Yeah, but if you win 80% of the time,
But what I would be down for while you go gamble is to just be on vacation out of this valley.
No, but I want to teach you how to play poker. Because it would be super fun to go play together. And like honestly, it's really not that difficult to
I mean, don't
suddenly move from being just an amateur player to being a successful amateur player.
I mean, I definitely would be down to play a little bit, but I just want to take a vacation, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be fun.
I've been working a lot, like a lot of hours, and I'm super beat and worn out on being in this valley. So, a vacation or just even, dude, like even just a weekend, like small trip or something would be super fucking nice and get out of here. But anyways, so we'll probably start wrapping this up, huh?
Yeah, I mean, I don't really have anything else.
Yeah, I mean, we covered most everything. Feel like we're kind of rounding about backward to where we were.
Pretty much. Just sort of circling, trying to think of things.
Yep.
Cool. Well, I hope everybody enjoyed and have a great day, and we'll see you next time.
Alrighty. And for Matty Quick, this is Paul. We'll see you all next time.